Good morning. It is super early on a Saturday morning, but I have to run to the ATM because I have to pay the landscape guy. And I completely forgot I should have did this yesterday. So I'm going to come back, eat a little something, then I'm going to head back out to the office and I'll probably go back live again then. But I wanted to jump on and make a very quick video. So it's going to be a very quick video. I can't be long-winded. And it's for the gentleman. And it's all about disrespect. Right? This is going to be short and sweet. There ain't no other way I can say it other than to be direct. Gentlemen, you need to be very mindful of a woman's disrespect. And how about this? I want you to be mindful of all women's disrespect. I am seeing men regularly being disrespected by their mother, being disrespected by their aunties, their cousins, their sisters, their grandmothers. I am seeing men being regularly disrespected by women. Okay? So not just their wives, not just their girlfriends, the women in their family. Now, a big part of this, a big cause of this is probably the fact that they were raised in a matriarchy. If you were raised in a matriarchy, what does that mean? That means that your mother, your sisters, your grandmother, your female cousins, there were not many men in your family. So grandmama wasn't married, or her husband was deceased, or your sisters, your mother, your father wasn't around, your aunties didn't have a husband, okay? Your female cousins didn't have a husband. You were raised in a matriarchy. So the truth of the matter is, you were taught at a very young age, you were made to believe that them talking to you crazy, them doing you any kind of way, them, touching you when you didn't want to be touched, or using your things, or whatever it is they're doing. I'm going to go to this other bank. Now that I think about it, I'm not going to go that around the corner. Eating your food, putting their hand in your plate, and all these other things, right? And telling you to do this and telling you to do that and expecting you to do, you grew up thinking that was normal. Having no boundaries, right? And I see it all the time. It's odd to you to tell your mother, your sister, your grandmother, your aunties, your female cousins, no. Like, if I suggest that you tell them no, you lose your mind. Like, what? What? That's not a thing. That's because that's in your hardwired programming, that you can't tell them no. You can't set healthy boundaries with them. You can't let them know, hey, this doesn't work for me, right? And then let's add insult to injury. So, they're doing whatever they want to do to you. They're making you think it's normal and natural. And then, God forbid, if something they do or say hurts your feelings or makes you feel a way, you do feel disrespected, there's no accountability, there's no responsibility, there's no, apology, and you are made to feel like all of this is normal. What you talking about, boy? You better go on out of here. You better, stop talking to me like that, or blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, you're made to feel that this is normal. But here's the reality. This is why I think a lot of men need to be in therapy. If I'm being honest, a lot of men need to sit on somebody's couch. It don't have to be my couch. I keep telling y'all that. I actually prefer that men go and talk to other men. You don't have to sit on my couch, but you need to sit on somebody's couch. Because the bottom line is this. A lot of you all have been programmed in your home, in the home you was raised up in, by your mother and the other female relatives of your home. You were raised to be disrespected. You were raised to be disrespected. You were raised to not have boundaries. You were feminized. Okay? You were emasculated. Like, if you really honest with yourself, that's what's happening. And so you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle in your relationships because you're eventually going to get around some men. You're eventually going to get around some boys at school or some men in high school and college, or you're going to play sports and you're going to get around a male coach, and you're going to be confused. So like, okay, I'm confused because these men operate totally different. And, I'm starting to kind of feel myself, especially when that testosterone hit. Can I be honest? when that testosterone hit a young man, he gonna go from pedestalizing his mother. He gonna think his mother's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then that testosterone gonna hit. And all of a sudden, his mother becomes the bitch. That bitch is telling me what to do. That bitch is, yeah. He gonna start, all right, I gotta get some money, y'all. He gonna start feeling away, right? He gonna start, something gonna rise up in him. And he gonna start feeling away. Like, why is she telling me what to do? Why is she, like I tell people, this is in your DNA. It's in a man's DNA to lead. It's in a man's DNA to want to lead, to want to be in charge, especially of himself. And so that testosterone hit, and this woman, your mother, your grandmother, your sister, you like, stop telling me what to do. Stop telling me, you know, that's natural and normal. Okay? And they gonna feel away because in their mind's eye, oh, well, you know, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why, you know, now all of a sudden, and I'm gonna be honest right now. They're going to lean in even more. They're going to do everything they can to break you. They're going to lean in even more. How dare you want to be a man? How dare you want to be masculine? They're going to lean in and press down on you even more. This is the problem with the female-headed household, especially if she is not a feminine, you know, a predominantly feminine energy woman. She gonna lean down on you even more. She's gonna shame you. She's gonna make you feel like something's wrong with you because you simply want to be a man, a God-designed man. So a lot of men, a lot of modern-day men, you need some healthy masculine programming. You don't realize how feminine you really are. You don't realize how, you know, you've been programmed to be that way. You've been programmed to seek validation from women. You've been programmed to be a good little boy. You've been programmed to not stand up for yourself with women, or to, you know, like, oh, women don't apologize. Women can't be held accountable. Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can. Yeah, they should. But see, you've been programmed to think otherwise. You've been programmed to believe in happy wife, happy life. That if I just keep her happy, if I just do this and that and bend over backwards, and then when it don't work, that's when a lot of y'all go run into the red pill. Well, I was good, I did everything, and she cheated on me and she left me. That's when you go run into the red pill and you get indoctrinated into that, which is another form of a toxic, you know, programming. Like all you're doing is getting toxically programmed. Do things God's way, but the number one thing is, the Bible even say, wives are to respect their husbands. Require respect. Now, what does that mean? That means you're going to speak on it. That means there will be consequences for disrespect. That means, see, this is what y'all really don't want to hear, that you are going to remove access to you if the disrespect continues. You're going to remove access to you. If a woman don't know how to talk to you, if she don't know how to treat you, if she don't know how to respectfully disagree, if she don't know how to respect you, you shouldn't be with her. You shouldn't be around her. Ooh, let me go here and piss everybody off. You need to stop calling mama. You need to stay away from grandma's house. You need to stop going over to your sister's house. Like, you need to show people better than you can tell them. But y'all don't want to hear that. Why are you saying that? Oh, I can't. That's my mama. That's the only mama I got. Okay, so she's allowed to disrespect you? She's allowed to use and abuse you because she your mama? Nah, you setting up a bad precedence. And then let me tell you what's going to happen, because this happened to me in my marriage. I married a mama's boy, a narcissistic mama's boy, and your woman can't respect you. See, that's what you don't understand. You allow all the women in your family to disrespect you, and then you get a woman, and she don't respect you because she see how these other women treat you. Now she going to join the bandwagon. Oh, okay, well, this is how we do it. This is how we talk to him. This is how we do him. This is how, we operate. Okay. And now you feel away. Well, my wife is talking to me crazy. My girlfriend's talking, because you allow every other woman in your family to talk to you crazy. That's how y'all do it. It has to start somewhere. But please do not allow a woman to disrespect you. I don't care what her title is. I don't care who she is to you. I don't care if she raised you. I don't care if you came out of her body. At some point, them nuts gonna drop down that God gave you. That testosterone is gonna start surging, and you are required to become a man. Get you some men in your life, get you some male mentors, play some sports, whatever. Join you a church men's group, do something. Get around some men and learn how to check them respectfully. There is a way. I teach men this all the time. And some of y'all feel a way about me saying that, but it's the truth. See, I know better. I was raised around nothing but men. So I didn't have all them problems with my son. I respected my son. I actually respected my son. Because I was like, yeah, the day is going to come where he's going to become a man. And I want to teach him. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to beat my dog because she in my... Get out of there. My apologies. My dog has chewed through the gate in my garden. And it's time for me to take my garden down. So, all right, I apologize because yeah, I can't allow I can't allow my dog to disrespect me. My dog just disrespected me. So, gentlemen, it's got to start somewhere. It's got to start somewhere. So what I want you to do, this is my instruction. Take it or leave it, right? I always tell people this. Any advice I give you, take it or leave it. What I do want you to do is you can try it, and if it doesn't work, okay, then it don't work for you. But it's not the gospel. I want you to understand that. Now, I've worked with men in my counseling office and my coaching office. And 9 times out of 10, they're like, no, what you're saying is true. You're telling me the truth. It's a hard truth, but you're telling me the truth. And they start baby steps. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to pick a woman, right? Just one. And I want you to start creating boundaries with that woman. I want you to make sure, hey, is this woman disrespecting me? Is her tone, is the word she's using, the action the behaviors, is it disrespectful? And find small ways that you can start adjusting that behavior, right? Number 1, tell that woman the impact of her behaviors. Let her know how her behaviors affect you. Hey, when you do this, when you go into my room and you take this without asking, when you drive my car without asking, when you take money out of my wallet, when you talk to me in that tone, when you say those words, when you call me those names, this is how it impacts me. This is how I feel about it. This is not cool. This doesn't work for me. I will no longer allow this. And be quiet, right? Just be quiet. See what the response is you get. You may get a defensive response. You may get a response that is lacking in accountability, right? And yet, I want you to hold the line. Hold the line and set up consequences for the breach behavior. I can no longer accept this. I can no longer be cool with this. I can no longer go along with this. And then don't. Start removing access to yourself slowly but surely, right? Less calls, less texts, less money, less whatever. But you start to kind of pull back. Show people better than you can tell them. Don't just be a bunch of empty words, okay? All right, I got to go back to the comments because I had some comments here and then I got to jump inside and eat something. I found you about 2 weeks ago, and girl, I've already learned enough for years to come. Thank you so much. Hugh Birdie. I used the awkward silence teaching literally a few days ago. Good. Good. Sometimes it takes a woman with balls to help a man grow some balls. Yeah. Yep. While you're out there, I'll have a coffee with 2 sugars. I made coffee at home, but I had to run to the bank and get some money. So that's what I was doing real quick. What is the awkward silence? Teaching, smile _ Nia _ wants to know. And what about when someone is disrespectful first? So the man is disrespectful? Okay, let me lay this down so it can forever be laid down. I'm a grown up. I'm an adult. Okay. And I never match negative energy, period. I pride myself in being the bigger person. And guess what? That's what I teach other people. Y'all can go to somebody else's channel. Y'all can go to somebody else's platform. Y'all can be taught all the toxic, negative, petty, immature, childish games that they teach y'all. But if you over here, you're an adult. You're a grown up. You're doing the work. Okay? You're doing the healing work. You're doing the ego work. You're working on your attachment style. That's what we do over here. So honestly, if I'm being honest, it don't matter how they come. I'm not matching negative energy. I'm going about my business. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to respond in a way that's mature. I'm going to respond in a way that's kind. If I continue to not get that back, I remove access. You all want to keep toxic people around, and that's what hurts you. That's what turns you into a toxic person. You want to keep these people around. And there's men out there that want to keep dealing with these toxic women, these disrespectful women, these women who, as they say, won't let me lead. She won't let me lead. Leave her alone. That's the advice y'all don't want to take. That's my problem. Men need to, instead of all this talk, y'all talking, and then online comment. What are you doing? That's my question. What are you all actually doing differently? Because that's my issue with the men online. Y'all are not doing anything different. Y'all are sitting in your toxic marriage, allowing your wife to not have sex with you, to not pay no bills in the house. You paying all the bills. She out here doing what she want to do. She talking to you crazy. She talking to you crazy in front of your children. And y'all are sitting there taking it, but you online, you commenting, you talking about women's lack of accountability, and women don't take responsibility, and women don't apologize. What are you prepared to do? That's the question. Okay? And let's stop acting like, well, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. Life ain't that easy. But you have got to stand up for yourself at some point. You have got to do something. So what, you're going to sit there and continue to take it? There's men who have sat in these toxic marriages for years and years. Like, it's mind altering. And I'm sitting here like, you part of the problem. You part of the problem. You don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. And guess what? I could say the same thing for a woman being abused. I could say the same thing for a woman being cheated on. You're part of the problem. That's the harsh truth that y'all don't want to hear from AAA today. But it's the truth. You're part of the problem. Okay? So we don't match negative energy. None of that matters. If a person disrespects us, if somebody comes at me disrespectful, I'm like, hey, what's going on? Are you all right? That's the first thing I say. I say, are you okay? And if it keep coming, I'm out. I'm done. I'm gone. I go about my business. Y'all need to learn how to do that too. And if that behavior and that relationship continued, I go about my business permanently. That's what you don't want to do. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to leave toxic people alone. I don't understand it. Leave toxic people alone and find good, healthy people, or people at least doing the work on themselves. That's it. She was saying that when you're talking to a guy or on a date, not to talk. If it goes quiet, let them fill in the silence. That's right. Don't feel the need to talk during that silence. That's it. That's it. I'm real good at it. I be in counseling sessions. I kid y'all not. I be like, and they always fill the silence because I'm not going to do it. I be on dates. I be sitting in the car. See? Okay? I be quiet. thought it was about communication or conflict resolution skills. I can teach you those too. I can teach you those all day. But here's what a lot of people don't want to hear and don't want to comprehend. I am the most astute communicator there is. I am considered to be an over communicator, right? I have conflict resolution skills all out my tail. But guess what? There are people in this world that don't matter. That stuff don't matter. That stuff don't matter. And guess what? I don't waste my time. I don't waste my time on people that, me being the bigger person, me being the brilliant communicator that I am, me being great at conflict. Once I see that a person is they are bent on being toxic, I leave them alone. I leave them alone. And as I've said thousands of times, there's a sign above my front door. It says, regardless of title, I will not be abused by anyone. It does not matter who that person is in my life. I have made that commitment to myself. Some of y'all need to make that commitment to yourself. Stop letting people verbally abuse you, mentally abuse you, emotionally abuse you, sexually abuse you, financially abuse you, spiritually. Stop letting people abuse you. Okay? That's a part of the healing work that you're doing. You can't heal in a toxic environment. You can't heal when somebody is constantly talking to you crazy and treating you crazy and acting crazy. Thank you, 402 Marine, for buying a badge. Okay? So you got to cut some people out. You got to cut some people out. This is the Christian godly side. I find it hard as a man to change someone with narcissistic behavior. You can't. That's what they see again. That's another harsh truth. Only 6% of the population is actually diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. Here's what you need to know. 94% of those people will never change. They will not get better. They will change the people in their life before they change. They will get all new friends. They will get a whole new wife or husband. They will get whole new family. They will not change. That's a harsh truth. Especially one coming from abusive relationships, because you don't see none of those signs at an early stage. That's true. But I can give you some signs early that this person may go in that direction. And I talk about that a lot. Hey, this is where this could go. This is where this is headed. Okay. All right. She said, I agree. Always be your best. Do not let others get you out of character. Exactly. Because that's what integrity and character is. It's not something that changes depending on the situation. Once I make up my mind, I'm a kind person. I'm a kind person. That's it. I'm a kind person all the time. I'm a compassionate person. I'm an empathetic person. That doesn't change regardless of the person I'm talking to, regardless of the situation that I'm in. That's what character and integrity is. It is the foundational piece. Pull back and pull your energy back with all types of relationships. Precisely. Please. Please. Yes, there you go. She said, yep. Are you okay? Are you good? That's it. That right there can flip a switch in a person's head like, ooh, I'm coming off crazy. I'm the problem, right? That's why I say that, because I just want them to self-reflect. Okay? Self-reflect. That's it. Just self-reflect. And then if they keep coming, I'm like, well, I ain't got nothing for you. I can't do nothing for you. And then I go about my business. Okay. I go about my business. That's it. That's it. But this live is for the men. This live is for the men. I'm seeing too many men being disrespected. Y'all are allowing all the women in your life to disrespect you. Some of y'all allow your daughters to disrespect you. That is mind altering. Never ever in my life would I think to disrespect my father. That's from birth to 56 years old. Never, ever. My father called me the other day. Hey, did you look in the shed? Did you see my boots? Did you see this, that? I was like, no, sir, I sure didn't. I went out there and I moved everything around and I searched all the boxes and all the tubs out there. I sure didn't. You sure you didn't leave it somewhere else? Like, I would never think to disrespect my father. Never would I think to talk crazy to my father. Never would I think to manipulate him or try to get over on him. That's not a thought in my head. And y'all let y'all daughters talk to y'all crazy. You let your wife talk to you crazy, your girlfriend, your mother, your aunts, your sisters, your cousin. It's just like, It has to stop. It has to stop. And there is a way to do it with kindness. No one is telling you to go clean off and cuss them out and give them a piece of your mind. No, don't do that. Because that's actually you being them. That's you being them. That's you being a woman. Okay? I'm telling you to do it as a man, as a masculine man. You be stoic. You be direct. You let them know how their actions and their words affect you, how that impacts you. And then you set boundaries. Hey, moving forward, this is not going to continue. Please don't go in my wallet and get money without asking me. I'm not going to allow that to continue. And then you do it. And then you do it. You start pulling your energy back. You start pulling yourself, your presence back. And then you do it. Whole generation of men emasculated. Agreed. Agreed. And look, thank you, smile_Nia_. She bought a badge. And look, men today, because they can't be alone. This is another harsh truth, but men today cannot be alone. They go from situation to situation to situation to women to women to women to dating to dating to dating. They can't be alone. There's power in being alone. There's great power in being able to be by yourself. Because when you can't be by yourself, see, that's why you don't leave bad situations. That's why you stay in toxic marriages. That's why it don't make no sense in my head, right? So these men who have been in these marriages for 10, 15, 20 years and not having sex, the woman's talking to them crazy. And I'm thinking, you'd have more opportunity outside the marriage. Like, why would you stay in a marriage where you kind of know you're not going to get your needs met? You'd have more opportunity to get your needs met if you left the marriage. Like, that don't make sense to me. But they will sit there and they will put up with it and it's like, it's insane. It's insane to me. But they can't be alone. They can't be alone. And look, y'all love talking about how y'all gonna get taken to the cleaners and the court's gonna take away my kids and the court's gonna take all my money. Okay, that is valid. I'm not saying that's not valid. However, you might need to get you a good lawyer. I prefer you get a female lawyer. You might need to do some, you might need to look into the law where you are, like do some research, look into the law. I had a client recently who got way more custody of his child and they took away the child support. Like he went to court and he was like, Mr. Deal, like this thing went great. I was like, great. So I'm starting to see the tide turn. I'm starting to see the tide turn in family court a little bit. Okay. But yeah, men cannot be alone. That's why y'all get done the way you get done. But if you had the strength and fortitude to go about your business and to have a good, solid male friend group and female friend, how about this? Y'all need some female friends. How about that? One thing I notice about my guy friends, they're not like that. They're like, if their woman ain't acting right or if things ain't going right, they will leave them alone. They're like, I got people. I got female friends. I got male friends. Like, it changes your perspective so much when you know you have people in your corner, when you know there are other women out there that you can be with. You have guy friends. Like, you got things to do. You got time that can get filled. But a lot of men cannot be alone. And so they find themselves in these crazy situations with these women. They find themselves tolerating it and putting up with it and accepting it. So you part of the problem. Men need to get stronger and they need to stop focusing so much on female validation. But again, the truth is you were programmed that way. If you grew up in a matriarchy, you were programmed to be a good little boy. You were programmed to get your worth and your validation from women. And what women think of you is the most important thing. That is not God designed. That is not how God designed a man to be. Because remember, God, listen to this now. I'm going to bring God into it. I'm going to bring the Bible into it. Y'all started off by yourself. Man was created first. Man was here by himself. Man had things to do. He had the company of the Lord. He had a job. He had things to do by himself. Because God was like, yeah, that's how God technically designed you. And the world has squeezed that out of y'all. Okay, now you pedestalize a woman and that's your God. No, God said it's you and me. Okay. I'm going to give you this job to do. I'm going to give you purpose. I'm going to give you, these are the things. But that's what God meant for it to be. And he said, okay, I'm going to give you a helper. But that was not ever the focal point for the man. The woman is not the focal point for the man. And look, Jesus ain't getting no woman. Jesus spent all his years on the earth with 12 men. like he had a posse. He had a group of boys. Like, seriously, look at the Bible. Look at the Bible for your instruction and for your example. Jesus ain't need no woman. He even told his mother one time when the mother was like, yeah, do this, do that. Look, he said, look, like, he checked his mama. Okay, don't do that. I know what I'm doing. Like, y'all don't read the Bible. Like, that's what be irritating me. You want to know how to live? You want to know the right way, the right order of things? You want to know how to live? Read the Bible. Okay? Let Jesus be your example. How he lived, who he was. Jesus was the ultimate alpha. Okay? But read your Bible and see the nature and the order of things as God meant them to be. We are completely out of order. That's the problem. That's it. That's the whole video. I gotta go because I gotta eat something before I get out of here. But we're completely out of order. That's why we're seeing the chaos that we're seeing. All right. Okay. Absolutely. Change perspectives. Thank you. You learn what your own issues are when you're alone. Oh, for sure. For sure. It's women behave is when they know you have other options. It's that simple. I agree. I had 2 crazy sisters, so the last thing I was ever worried about is what women thought of me. Jesus knew to stay away from women. Teach the Bible flow. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, that's it. You just need to, some of y'all need to read the Bible. some of y'all need to read the Bible. Like, that will give you instruction for life, and especially a man. But if God created Adam first, and Adam was alone, and look, it is estimated by biblical scholars that Adam could have been alone for years. It looks like days, but it was years. Remember, time for God is not the same as time for man. They said Adam could have been alone for years before God said, you know what? Let me give him a helper. Let me give him a wife. Let me give him a woman. Okay? So that's your natural order. That's the natural state and order of men. Y'all not supposed to be with no woman 24/7 all the time doing what they tell you to do and all this other crap. No. That is, thank you. Life's answers are in the Bible. Exactly. So, gentlemen, I made this video for y'all. I can make a part 2 because I can give you specific steps, specific things that you're going to need to do to start gently checking women who disrespect you. But the ultimate, the ultimate response, if those other things do not work, is you remove access to yourself. And that's what a lot of y'all don't want to do. You'd rather be with the woman and be disrespected than go about your business. And guess what? That's a you problem. That's not a them problem. So don't come on the internet talking about women who are disrespectful and won't let you lead. No, bruh, you are part of the problem. So that's all. That's all. All right. Have a great Saturday morning. I will talk with you later today because I do have not a scheduled live, but I have a topic I want to talk about. So I'm going to talk to you all later today. Have a great Saturday. And as always, stay open to love. If you are in a relationship right now, let me turn you on to the Ritual app. You are going to schedule your one-on-one session live with your clinician every week. I happen to be one of them. And in preparation for these sessions, you and your partner every single week, you're going to look at your video content that is curated for you and your partner. And you're going to learn the relationship skills that you need to really keep your relationship running smoothly and to keep both of you strong and emotionally healthy. And you're going to meet with your clinician afterwards. You're going to take the assessment. You're going to do your journal prompts and take the assessment so your clinician can find out how you're doing.
and how things are going in your relationship and the areas that you may need to get stronger in. But Ritual is an absolutely amazing app. It's going to help keep your relationship on track. It's going to give you that curated time with your partner every week to work on your relationship. And so I want you to check out the link at the bottom of this video and click on it, and you will get 20% off of the Ritual app. You also have the opportunity to message your clinician in between sessions. So you can also do that. But it is an absolutely amazing tool, a great modern day tool for couples to keep their relationship strong and healthy. So check out the Ritual app today, and don't forget to use my link to get 20% off of your first month of Ritual. And if you'd like to work with me, please let them know you're interested in working with Anita Stoudmire.